This podcast is part of the Loosely Connected Network. Visit www.thelooselyconnected.com for more great podcast networks, Twitch streams, YouTube channels, and more.
Loot Crate.
Loot Crate.
Yeah, Loot Crate is this box.
so unenthusiastic. Yeah, Loot Crate.
Loot Crate is a box of like nerdy stuff, and you get it every month if you subscribe to it. And I'm a little tired to talk about it, but it's really cool. Trust me, guys.
So the Loot Crate has a whole bunch of random items, and each month is differently themed. So I don't have a Loot Crate to know what this month's theme is, but you can find out on their website.
Yeah.
Probably.
This month's theme, it has to do with defenders, like defending or something like that. Let me check real quick.
Okay.
It's because it's about it's going to include Black Panther in it.
Right.
Let me see. Loot Crate. The website is lootcrate.com, and it's loading. And my internet is slow, so it's loading slowly. Let's see. Loot Crate. And then you have to click on the Loot Crate box, and then you have to click on Get Loot Crate. Oh yeah, and what's really cool too is that there's different Loot Crates. So
right.
You can get Loot Crate, the general one, which is like just regular nerdy stuff that combines everything. There's also Loot Gaming, which is like specific to video games. There's Loot Anime, and then I guess there's a new one called Loot Wizarding. So it's for wizards.
Aren't you a wizard?
No, I'm a warlock.
Oh, you're a magician.
Yeah, my computer is not loading because it's my computer is really bad right now. But there's stuff for Black Panther in this month. So there is a Black Panther on my screen that won't go away right now.
But you mentioned that every Loot Crate include at least one T-shirt, right?
I don't know if it's like a rule, but then I think for the most part, almost all of my Loot Crate boxes have a T-shirt in it. So it's really cool. They're usually like, they're exclusive designs that only Loot Crate, has. So it's pretty cool. Yeah. So February's theme is protect. So I'm going to read it to you. So they have come for honor, glory, or justice to be shields against the darkness for those they have sworn to protect. Join forces with the brave guardians to unbox exclusive collectibles and gear. Will you answer the call? Yeah. So, yeah, if you guys want to get a subscription of Loot Crate, you guys can help us out. Use our promo code NTFTTPod, and you guys also get a 10% cut on that.
Cool.
All right, on with the show.
I love the Power Glove.
Come with me if you want to live.
I love the Power Glove.
No time for time travel.
Welcome to the No Time for Time Travel podcast, where we are podcast for nerds by nerds. My name is Tony, and joining me this week is Kwok.
Hello.
And we are a podcast where you, the listener, chooses a topic for us to discuss as the topic of the episode. And this week, we actually have a topic suggestion suggested a few weeks back. I believe it was from Kinetic. He's the host of the Behind the Line radio, and he is part of the Enthusiasts Network. And he actually just wanted us to talk about the upcoming Gamers Developer Conference. So we'll just be talking about that, general things, you know, our impressions or our anticipations of what things are coming up. And yeah, but before we get into that, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good. I just flew back into Vancouver yesterday. I think I got my schedule back on track.
Already? That's fast.
Yeah. Because
you're not jet lagged or?
No. I had the best sleep ever in like my whole time over there. Yeah.
Oh, really? Is it because of the dog?
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh yeah, I guess you can tell people where you were.
Yeah. So last week I was over in the UK working near Blackpool, and it's just like where the studio was at. It was more. It's not in Blackpool, but it was a little bit to the east of it, towards Preston, and it was literally in the middle of nowhere. I thought they were exaggerating, but they weren't, because then I was working on like a farm,
Wait, what? You're on a farm?
Yeah, like the cab driver drove in, and I saw like, okay, it says on the building, it says the Willow Farm studio. And I was like, okay, cool. That's a cool name. That makes sense. And I saw like it had like a barn shape building. I was like, oh, that's a pretty cool theme. And then the next thing I saw was cows.
So Willow Farm
in the
Studios.
back, there was like fields and sheeps. I'm like, oh, I see.
So Willow Farm Studios is probably like Willow Farms, just people at Willow Farms, and then they just like, oh, let's do like animation, and it's like, okay, we'll make a studio. Oh, we'll just call it Willow Farm Studio.
yeah. So I don't know the history behind it, but it was very interesting for me, and that was that's kind of cool.
That's cool. So, are you allowed to talk about the project you're going to be working on, or?
Oh, and I worked on? Oh, yeah. I just did like in-game animation for just the game's out for a while. I think it's called Planet Coasters.
Planet Coasters?
Yeah. So essentially, it's like a roller coaster tycoon sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they make amusement park and whatnot, and I just made assets for like in-game stuff for the stuff that you would find in amusement parks, like animation for it.
Oh, so they have amusement parks?
So, cause like, Planet Coaster is essentially a amusement park tycoon sort of game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I made, animations for, I made asset animations for that game or help with the next patch, or I don't know what it is. But it's been in release for a while. And then, so the studio I work for is doing a lot of contract work. So they were contracted out by the main studio that was in charge of it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we got a lot of, help. We're just helping them out in a way.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Yeah. It's really cool. Small studio.
Well, I'm looking up, Planet Coaster right now, and on Steam they got like 9 out of 10.
Yeah. A lot of people seem to like it. So it's like the Sims version of amusement park, I think. Yeah,
it looks pretty good. So this one has like been out since 2016. So it's actually still fairly new, I guess.
Yeah. So it's always adding new stuff, I think. So that's probably why this either a DLC or a patch. I don't know how they do it with that game. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so it was really cool. The animation itself was not bad. I think for me, I felt so productive, like working over there. Uh-huh. I've never been so productive. I never felt so productive in my life. I guess like compared to like, I haven't, before I was working with them for a week, like just remotely at home. Mm-hmm. So I just do whatever and I just submit it and then I get feedback the next day and then we talk about it for like an hour, before they leave for home. Mm-hmm. And then over here, when I got over there, it was just like, hey, can you take a look at this? And they just come over and they just look at it. I was like, yeah, it's good. And I was like, oh, good. I can move on.
Oh, so you were actually like in the office with them?
Yeah.
So you did like regular like work hour shifts to be in the office and then after that just go home?
Yeah. So I was actually like a real employee.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, actually, yeah, that's why a lot of people who, some people like prefer to work in person versus remote, just because, right. Some of the work requires feedback or requires you to be there to bounce ideas off of people. So,
right.
Yeah.
And it's hard. Also like a work mentality as well. It's just so hard and distracting at home for me.
Yeah. Cause, computer's right there.
Yeah.
And then the internet is right there.
It's funny because like at work, like I made a rule for myself where I don't log into anything distracted or not too distracted, like Facebook and whatnot, like social media. Mm-hmm. So when I work, I don't really go on any of those sites. The only sites that I go to is just like Gmail and YouTube mostly. Mm-hmm. Just because YouTube for reference, but then there's also other distracting stuff. And Gmail is just some studio they communicate using GChat. Mm-hmm. So that's also very distracting because I talk to a lot of people.
Oh, yeah, I know. I used to, like a while back, have my computer always logged into GChat. my new place actually blocks GChat, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
And then I actually it just made me overall not really log into GChat.
Right.
Like as a person, not just at work, you know? So it's nice. I mean, it's always logged in like for my phone, but it's not like I'll go on the computer and not just go into GChat right away. It used to be a habit.
Right.
And actually I kind of like it now that it's not a habit.
Yeah. It's, you find that you don't really need to unless you constantly need to check Gmail for emergency emails and whatnot.
Yeah. And it's also like I feel like it's better that I don't initiate a lot of conversations on GChat anymore. Like they kind of come to me unless I really do have time to start conversations, you know?
Yeah.
So if they come to me, yeah, I'll respond if it's something I need to respond to right away. So,
right. Yeah. No, I totally understand that. I just send out a whole bunch of emails. Oh, and I send a chat and I don't expect anybody to reply because either they're busy at work or something. But then when somebody take a bite, it's game over.
Yeah. Yes, like several times when I responded like a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yes. And then videos forever.
But no, I thought the UK was actually pretty cool. I was learning to pick up on the accent, and
How was that?
it was interesting. I got to a point where like it was American / British.
With Canadian and Vietnamese?
No, I don't even, he doesn't even actually know. When I try to think about it, it's like, yeah, sometimes I get confused with like Canadian stuff. I'm like, wait, they don't say it like that. That's how Canadians say it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was fun. Trying to learn it, and then there's times when I'm just in the cab ride, and I talk with the cab driver, and so my work, they provided me a cab to and from my flat to work, so I don't have to bike in or whatnot.
The words that you're saying are very foreign to me. When you say cab and flat, like I don't use those words.
Taxis and Airbnb.
Yes.
So cab isn't foreign, Tony.
No, I
That
know,
is,
but
though.
I don't really hear people say cab, actually. I usually hear Uber or taxi or, Lyft. I don't hear the word cab anymore.
Oh, really? Oh, that's true because it's California.
Yeah, because you guys in Canada, you use yellow cab.
Yeah.
It's a cab that's yellow.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But yeah. So essentially, it's just like one person drives me to work, and then another person drives me home, and it's just one designated person scheduled there. Like it's like a private taxi.
Really? So it's almost like a chauffeur?
Essentially, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because what happened was like apparently the HR, her husband is in charge of the cab company.
Uh-huh. Oh.
So she gets the hookup with it in that sense. He would, but yeah, it's kind of cool. Like I when I try to talk to him, I would subtly change. I try to change how I talk into being more British. But then like I would try to sound it out in my head, and I couldn't figure it out, and then I would just revert back to English because I'm like, I don't know how to say this. I don't know how to pronounce this.
He's probably thinking like, man, he's thinking really hard to respond.
Yeah, that happens a lot. When I try to do things, I was like, if I do this, it takes me like if I say what, I would in my head think like, how would they say it? Is it war? War? And then it just goes like a whole bunch of iterations. And it's like, okay, that's one word.
And then the next word.
I would slowly just break down, like try to say like at a different time. Like I think I try to say yeah a few times. Like in the beginning, I'll say yeah, and then when I get more practice with yeah, and it becomes like yeah. And it's like, yeah. So just slowly adjusting my thing every time. And then I wonder how they felt when they hear me do that. Because it's like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? Why is he changing how he speaks?
But that sometimes happens, like when you talk to someone, like even for me, like just talking to someone that already has an accent or speaks a certain way, Sometimes I end up talking to them and then I accidentally start repeating their mannerisms or the words.
Okay.
And then I start feeling self-conscious because I'm like, oh shoot, I hope they don't think I'm mocking them.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I thought. But I'm like, you know what? I'm already too committed.
Yeah.
It's too late to say anything.
Yeah, because then they're just like, wait, why are they gonna sound like more like me? Are they mocking me?
Like, yeah. I did it because I thought it was cool, not because I was condescending them or anything.
Yeah, but it's like a slippery slope. It's kind of like they can interpret it the wrong way. So
Right. Yeah, I only did that one with people that I felt were a little bit closer, like where it's just like, okay, well, he's cool, and then he'll just ask me random things if he felt like it was weird or whatever. So it's not like a random stranger who I was like, what I would try to do with them, and then it's like, oh, okay.
Just out of nowhere.
Yeah. But it was cool. Like, I think where I stayed, it wasn't as great, just because it was a seaside resort and I came in off season.
Oh, okay.
So essentially when I got back home around 6, that's when things were essentially closing. Mm-hmm. And around like 7 or 8 o'clock, the streets are really barren. Like,
oh, okay.
Like all the stores were like closed, and you probably only find people if you go to like pubs and whatnot, or if you have a nightlife and you go to that sort of thing. But yeah, for me, when I get back home, I'm like, well, I guess I'll just make dinner and read a book and sleep really early, and then I'm like, all right, well, until the next day comes, I'll just wait. But I think I was really looking forward to Saturday because Saturday was the day I set free to actually go explore and whatnot. So I decided to go to a place called Lake District in Windermere. It's like a national park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was really cool. The cab driver that takes me home normally, he went there like a few days before I did, and everybody tried to tell me to go there and then give me some sort of like advice on what to do and what not to do, things like that. And then he said like he was ex-military, so he's he's like really prepared. And when he went, it was like snowing a lot and like very bad visibility when you go up the mountains. And so on the day that I went up, like the day before, I look at the weather, it says like heavy rain.
Okay.
And then when I heard that I saw that, I was just thinking back on when we went to up the mountain.
Oh yeah, to Vancouver.
I was like, oh, it's gonna be like this again, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like
I went up there fully expecting that. I didn't have that much thing prepared. I still had like a very light jacket, an umbrella, and then the most I could do was probably just like layer it up. And then what do you call it? Yeah, so then afterwards, I went up there. It was just raining. I was like, okay, it's raining, but it wasn't like when we went up. It wasn't like that crazy.
Yeah. So how was it?
It was just like sprinkling at most. And then that was just like walking around like the base of the mountain and more of just like the city side area. And then it was kind of weird because then I saw there was like about 2 or 3 different mountains around the area, and I was like, I went to all the tourists and asked them how to go up how to go up the mountains, or how about I should where's the route starts and whatnot. And then I told them like they asked me like which one do I want to go up to, and I told them like, oh, I want to go up the one with the snow on it. And they like, I think 3 out of 4 of them looked me up and down and said like, I think you should go to the one that doesn't have snow. Because then they didn't think I was like properly equipped to go up there. And then I don't doubt their judgment because like I was I think when I asked them it was kind of weird because all I had was one of them they saw me I don't have an umbrella, and the other one saw me I was like I had a rain like a thin yellow raincoat like almost like a poncho essentially.
Yeah.
And they just looked at me and was like, do you have something more than this? And then I think that was the last one where I kind of lied and I have a bag on it. I was like, yeah, it's in the bag. Just so that they would tell me more information and just redirect me to like a more tamed one.
Oh yeah, because they want to like make sure they're not sending you to your death or something.
Yes.
Hey, good intentions, man.
Yeah, no, I did, but I kind of want to know just because. So regardless of all that warning that I was given, I still at first they told me to go up one where it's a little bit tamer, and then I was on the way up, or I think I got lost halfway or something. And I was like, "This is boring. There's nothing here." And then I'm like, "Well, I want to go back." So I went back and I just started walking towards the snowy mountain. I didn't know where I was going, by the way. I was just walking towards there. And then I just asked random people along the street, like, hey, is this how I get to that mountain or to the mountain that would snow? How do I about? And they would just point me in a direction. And eventually I got to one of the information desks where they gave me a map, and I just bought the map. The map isn't really a very geographical map. It's more like I guess kind of like similar to a mall map.
Oh, so kind of like an overworld map on like a Super Mario or something?
Yeah, more or less, but then less accurate. And it says like here is where you are in the town. Go past here, past the footbridge out of town. Go up the mountain.
Yeah, so it's like big icons, right?
Yeah, it's like get out of town to hit, and then you hit the mountain. I'm like, thank you, map. I paid £1 for you, and this is what you tell me. So I more or less figured out how to get there, and then when I was nearby, I asked people for direction. And the temperature, not temperature, but then like the setting was drastically changed because I had to pass a park, and as I approached the park, it went from like seeing just wet grasses on the floor and whatnot to like snow. It's still raining and sprinkling, but it was just like very snowy. I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. And I just slowly, after I got directions, just slowly headed up there. And on the way up, it wasn't bad at all. It slowly got drier, and it wasn't as cold as I thought it was going to be. So overall, it was like really nice, and visibility was really clear. And I got a pretty good view of the whole cityscape.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. The only bad thing about it is that it's you were in Canada for like a weekend?
Yeah, I was over there and it was snowing like crazy, like the most that Calgary's ever snowed in a while.
Oh, okay. So you probably didn't experience like what happens after it snows then.
What do you mean? Like just it melting?
Yeah, the melting snow.
Yeah, a few years ago I came when the snow was clearing up.
Oh, yeah.
So
that's worse.
Yeah, because then it's all muddy and stuff.
Yeah, that's why I had to trudge through.
Oh, the sludge?
Yeah, so it was like going up, it was like getting slushy. And then I was just trying to avoid getting my socks wet. And then
okay.
I was getting tired. It was just like it was in the grassy area, the snow was fine, but in like the pathway is where it was like semi-melty and it was all sludgy. I was like, man, this is stupid. So I had to avoid all of that and go all the way around just figure out where they were leading.
Oh, okay.
But on the way back, the moment I think I got snow or like I stepped through something and then my socks got wet, I'm like, well, there goes that idea. And then all the way back, I was like, this is just water. My socks are already wet. It's too late. Can't do anything. I just sludged through it and it's like, it's over.
Oh, I'm thankful that my cousin let me borrow his boots now.
Yeah, no, boots are always really good when you go through the snow.
Yeah.
But I had a feeling that was going to happen, so I brought extra socks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I was not smart enough to wipe my feet dry before I put on extra socks.
Oh gosh. So then the second pair is like immediately wet.
It wasn't immediately wet. It was just slowly
Quickly.
seeping in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but overall, the place itself is really beautiful. I'll show you pictures later, Tony. Or I guess I'll post it later eventually.
Cool.
But
Was
oh
that
yeah,
was that the story you were telling me that you had a story to tell?
no. Let me tell you the story I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I went to sleep that night around 10 and thinking like, okay, I'll set an alarm for 2 o'clock in the morning and just pack most of my stuff up ready and get ready and whatnot. And then, so around in the middle of the night, I kind of just like woke up sorta. I don't know why I was sorta awake, but then I heard like, a muffled yelling and, pounding.
What the heck?
And then I thought, and then I was looking at and for me, I heard like, hey, and then I was like, oh, what's that? What's that noise? And I look at my phone to find out what time it is. And I saw it was like 4. I was like, oh crap! So I got to jump out of bed and I got all my stuff and I just shoved it into my backpack and I just tried to pack everything up really quick and I just noisily make my way down to
Oh, okay.
and then downstairs I'm like, oh crap. And I even tried to call my my cab driver just to tell him like, hey, I'm gonna be down in like a minute or two. Just wait a little moment. But then like the call didn't go through either for some reason.
Oh gosh.
So I'm like, oh, okay. And then I was double checking everything, and as I ran down to the door, I look outside. I was like, wait, where's the cab driver? Where's the cab?
Uh-huh.
I don't see anybody. And then I look at my phone again, and I noticed that, well, what happened is my phone, it has, 2 time zones. One for the current location in UK and one in Vancouver Pacific time.
Uh-huh.
And what I saw was 4 o'clock in the evening in Vancouver,
Oh.
when it really was just midnight in the UK. And I'm like, what the hell?
Wait, but then,
And then-
where did that muffled voice come from?
So apparently there was like either drunk people or like construction nearby.
Uh-huh.
No, most likely it was construction because they were working on the railway.
Uh-huh.
So I'm like, really? I had to reinterpret like all of that as my cab driver of all things that happened on the night before. And I was like so wide awake afterwards because I was so like pumped on adrenaline from just trying to not be late for my flight.
I'm imagining you just sitting there in a chair and then just like putting your hands together like Mr. Burns and then your eyes wide open the rest of the night.
Now that was essentially, that was me. I was like, and I just slowly walked back upstairs and I just sat there. I was like, well, I'm awake. What do I do now for the next 3 hours?
What about the dog? Is the dog sleeping?
No, the dog that night, I think he decided to sleep in his owner's bed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or probably his owner didn't let him go in because they thought like it'll wake me up or whatnot.
Uh-huh.
Because normally it would follow me and then just jump into my bed when I go into bed as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So for listeners who don't know, the Airbnb that I stayed at, the owner has a dog, and the dog tends to just follow me and jump onto my bed and sleep with me. So yes. But yeah, that's my story. And I was like, man, this sucks. Now I was expecting to just like take a little nap or something before like get some rest before I fly out because like I just came back from hiking.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm just like really tired from just doing nothing, sitting for 3 hours trying to watch TV. I don't even watch TV.
Well, you had to, so.
I had to. That was a weird thing. And I was just like trying to find people to talk to online. I was like, hey, since it's like 4 p.m. over there, everybody's awake, right? They're all at work, or they're about to go, or they're all busy with their life because it's Saturday evening. I'm like, all right, it's Saturday. People have lives.
Saturday evening. Oh no, I knew that you were. I think like I was trying to send you stuff, but then I stopped because I was like, oh, he must be sleeping.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess you
Yeah.
weren't.
no. I mean, you can always send me stuff, but it's just a matter of if I'll open it or not. But yeah. No, I think we did talk, right? You said you were the one that told me like something, Conan.
Oh
martial art guy.
yeah, I did tell you that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Conan O'Brien.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was my experience in the UK.
Wow, you gonna come back there?
Was that?
Would you want to come back?
I would. I want to try to see like other places because where I visited wasn't like really the best place to see the UK, or at least like spend the UK to experience where it is.
Yeah, it's a
Since it
farm.
was, like, yeah, it was like, well, not because of that, but it was just more like the area that I was staying with at night. Like it was just really it was off season because normally it would be if I went during the summertime or winter, it would be a lot more crowded and a lot more festive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but during off season, it's like a ghost town essentially.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Speaking of festive, it's by the time people listen to this, I think it will be Lunar New Year.
Oh yeah, you're right. It is. It's on the same day, isn't it?
It's Friday. Friday is Lunar New Year. Friday the 16th.
Oh, it's the day before. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
So, and what's it called? And I just went to check out stuff at Disneyland. They did a lot of not Disneyland, but California Adventure.
Mhm.
They had a lot of decorations for New Year's. Like
Oh, really?
they had, it was kind of weird because they had the kiosk for food, and there was like a Korean kiosk, a Vietnamese kiosk, and a Chinese kiosk, and they were selling the pork soup dumplings, and
Oh,
they're selling like the shrimp balls, like the jiao tam, and it was way overpriced, and it was not that good.
oh yeah, of course not.
I know, but I mean, come on,
Yeah.
it's Disney, and they're in California. They should know their surrounding. I don't know.
Well, the Disney is gonna try to take your money.
Okay, yeah. Oh, and you know what? You know the places that are like outdoor food where you order like your corn dogs there, and you order some plated foods, but you sit outside in the patio.
Yeah.
So they had the whole giant fried fish. Like you can order that at Disneyland.
Oh,
That was
interesting.
weird. Like really? That's the thing you choose to have at your kitchen for Lunar New Year? Like that's not efficient for Disneyland.
Yeah, they're just trying to be multicultural.
Yeah. And then they had this musician, and
Uh-huh.
she played the those multiple string instrument that's lays flat in
Yeah,
your
I
music?
know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
it's like the string guitar ish, or but it's like a keyboard, right? You lay out like a keyboard.
Yeah, so that's very traditional. And then the musician, was wearing like traditional long dress, all of
Mhm.
that. But the entire time she was playing rock music. I was like, what the heck?
Not even like Disney music.
No, just like straight up like White Stripes, like Seven Nation Army. Like I was like, what is going on? But yeah,
Okay.
it's weird. But what was actually really funny was as we were walking around, you know how Disney always plays background music? They also had like the Vietnamese typical like New Year's music. I'm trying to remember what it was. Like I don't know the name of it, but it's like if you hear it, you would know that's a super traditional. Like, oh, why is this at Disneyland music?
Oh, you're talking about Cải Lương?
No. It's more like the traditional, actual like singing music.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I sort of know what you're talking about.
like kind of like the Ju Hung music, you know.
Mhm.
But it's not. It's more like super popular in the
Yeah.
yeah. But it was weird to hear that, but it was cool to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they had these Shanghai drummers. They came over from Shanghai and stuff, but they were not really that good.
Yeah. What?
It was weird. It was like I was saying like it felt like Google. Sorry, not Google. It felt like Disney just like Googled like traditional Lunar New Year festivities.
Uh-huh.
And then they're like, oh, traditional drumming. Oh, okay. Where do they usually have them? Shanghai. Okay, let's just pick one in Shanghai to fly them over. And then you just pick one. And then, and the same thing with the food too. Like, I feel like they were like Googling what's the traditional Vietnamese food. And they're like, oh, shrimp balls? Okay, I guess we could just get them at Costco and put them on sticks. So, it felt like that a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but it's so cool to see it at California Adventure.
That's pretty cool, man. Nice.
Yeah. Yep. But that's all.
Cool. Are you gonna go to this year, the festival?
I want to. I'm not sure yet. Still thinking about it. I usually go every year.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm still iffy about it.
Okay. Gotcha.
It depends if other people are going.
Are other people going this year?
I think I haven't heard confirmations yet, so I'm not sure.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So let's move on to the news. Do you have news items?
No.
I thought you did.
What?
Wait. Okay, fine. Okay, so I'll just
Did I?
say there's this movie that they're gonna make called Lobo. It's a DC movie, and Lobo is like I would say he's like a biker, alien biker bounty hunter, and he doesn't care about anything. He's kind of like Wolverine's attitude, but as a biker bounty hunter. So no one knows this person. So no one knows this character, but DC hired Michael Bay and gave him a budget of $200 million. Like, dude, what the heck? And even Michael Bay was like countering them and saying that he wants to request for a reduced budget.
You want less money?
Yeah. That's
okay.
That's weird, right? Because like he probably feels like he's gonna waste. When you get Michael Bay to think about wasting money, like that means you are really in the wrong,
Yeah.
like come on. So Warner Brothers, DC, they chose to do that because they wanted Lobo to be kind of like the answer to Deadpool. But it's not. I mean, it's not even close. So
Yeah, but they hired Michael Bay for that
I know you don't hire Michael Bay for like
Deadpool related stuff.
I mean, you don't. So Michael Bay is not a comedic director. I mean, in a way, his stuff is so bad that it's laughable, but it's not like intentional comedy. So,
He's known for blowing things up.
yeah. So I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Not really a fan of his creations.
Yeah, I know. It's weird because he has hit or miss because like some movies like I guess Armageddon was good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't see Armageddon.
Me neither.
Okay, we probably still wouldn't like it.
I didn't even know it was good. I didn't know like it was known to be like super good.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you didn't know it was a Michael Bay movie because it's good.
Oh no! well, that too.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a Michael Bay movie, but I didn't know it to be like really well known and good.
Wait, is it Michael? Am I? I just want to double check. I'm not like saying false things. Michael Bay Armageddon. Yeah, it says it's auto-completed, so I'm guessing it is.
Wait, why does it say?
Yeah, it was directed by Michael Bay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah. The other news item was I sent you the link to the Venom trailer.
Yep.
What did you think about that?
That was like the stupidest useless trailer ever.
Yes, I was like, is this Venom? Where is Venom? Like,
Yeah.
there was nothing. I mean, there's like a tube with like black goo in it, but that could have been an alien.
It doesn't even do anything. It's just like one guy looking around and things happen.
Yeah.
You don't even know what the things are, but something happened. And
Yeah.
It doesn't even have like any sort of feeling that something crazy is gonna happen.
Uh-huh.
It's just like something happened already. I'm like, oh, what the hell you're just trying to make sense of what was happening because there's like no real clue of what really happened. Like you see people flying. I think you see people like getting hit or something or flying or something, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, Okay.
Just
There's
cars.
like a trace of like Venom or like the symbiote, and you're hitting them or attacking them, and you're like, okay,
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that was like Venom was the logo at the end. That was it.
yeah,
Because
why
everything
I'm like-
else, yeah, I mean, they some people arguing like, oh, it's a teaser, and I'm like, yeah, it's a teaser, but it didn't tease anything. Like, there was
It had
nothing.
yeah. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I thought about it too. I was like, you know what? It would have been a lot cheaper and better if they just had the logo come in saying Venom.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, because that can be a teaser in itself.
Yeah, there's so many movies that do it, and they could just write like one or two words, like they just see text and you see that, and it maybe like a drip of symbiote or something, or a flash of symbiote if they want to tease that much. But just the word Venom itself and not showing anything would have been a lot better.
You're right, actually. Yeah, because then if they had like just the voiceover of the characters talking,
Yeah,
yeah, and then just like text on screen or
Yeah.
some mysterious images, that would have been a lot cooler.
yeah, that would have at least helped with raising people's expectations.
Yeah,
Or-
because
yeah.
I heard that this, like, some people were saying like this trailer is going to do more bad than good.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
trailer
that sucks.
It doesn't even look like a Marvel movie, like a Marvel teaser.
If you took this trailer and then you showed it to any of your friends who doesn't know any comic book movies or like know anything about comics, they're not even going to know it's a Venom movie.
Oh, of course not.
It just looks like a generic bad horror movie.
Yeah, it's just essentially that's what it is. It's like a thriller
Yeah.
teaser, but not really.
Yeah, we will see. Oh, and another thing, I think I just tagged you on Facebook for it, but there was the Dragon Ball Fighter Z game.
Uh-huh.
People started modding it already, and they put Sonic the Hedgehog in it.
Oh, I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
it's so funny because like a few weeks ago, I asked One Track Gamers like what would they like Sonic the Hedgehog to cross over in. And I didn't even think about Dragon Ball Z. And now this shows up and like, okay, now I want this to happen. Like, officially happen.
But you know what? The more mods that happen like this, the more I feel like it becomes like the Mugen
Oh, yeah.
game. Yeah.
But the Mugen engine's not a good engine.
No, it's not. But I'm just saying it's heading that route where it's just like, hey, it's gonna cross over with this. It becomes like the Marvel's Capcom, but then with all cartoon characters.
Uh-huh.
Because essentially that's what Mugen is you just implement in a whole bunch of different characters. It's gonna be more polished than Mugen, for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying it becomes a polished version of Mugen.
Yeah, that's true. But then it costs more to make because of licensing issues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's pretty funny. But that's cool though. It's cool to see that they do that.
Yeah. You need to play that game whenever you're back here because it's such a good game.
I know there's like two good games out there. I'm like, man, I don't want to. I want a PS4, but I don't really want it.
Yeah, my friend who hasn't like talked to me for like maybe half a year, I just like, because we're both busy.
Yeah.
Last weekend he texted me, he's like, hey, do you have Monster Hunter? Let's go play online.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn. But I don't have Monster Hunter and I also don't have an online service for PlayStation 4.
Oh, do you need online service to play with Monster Hunter?
From what I understand, because I haven't played online for a long time, is that now to play online, all the games require you to pay for the yearly service.
Oh, that's stupid.
Yeah, but that's just because we're old school and
Yeah.
old.
I still find it stupid.
Yeah. Well, Xbox Live, I think, started that whole trend, and then PlayStation just caught up with it.
Oh, stupid PlayStation.
The Switch, you can still play online for free.
Oh, yeah. Because then Nintendo did their own thing.
Well, Nintendo is going to do an online service like that, but it got pushed back to, I think, 2019? Something like that.
So enjoy your Switch while online service while you can then.
Yeah.
You pay for it.
It's not a very polished online service right now, but it's something.
Yeah.
Yep. Do you have any other news items?
No.
Okay, we can move on to the topic of the episode.
Topic of the episode.
Sure.
So the topic is the Game Developers Conference. This was suggested by Kinetic. He's the host of the Behind the Line podcast with, was Behind the Line Radio, but it's a podcast and it's part of the Enthusiasts Network. Yeah. So, I mean, do you have any thoughts about the game Okay. Well, the first thing is it's occurring in San Fran on March 19th to 28th. Sorry, 19th to 23rd. So it's like 5 days where people just like, it's a professional game industry event, and then people learn from, other developers in the industry or, network and stuff. So,
Right.
but yeah, I mean, have you ever been?
I have never been. I have passed it in crossing, but then it was a little bit too early at the time. I was in San Francisco. So the GDC hasn't happened yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I would have liked to eventually go to one just to check it out, but I won't be in San Francisco.
Yeah. So what do you know about it actually? Like, because I feel like you might know a little bit more about it than I do because you're in animation.
Well, what do you know from GDC, from what you heard around then?
All I know is like it's. I would imagine it's similar to the other conferences I've been to, like FarmState conferences, where there's an expo, like an expo hall, and then there's like, like presentations by developers that would talk about their experiences and, tricks of the trade and stuff like that. So that's what I would assume it is. I don't have any first-hand experience.
Right. Yeah, I don't have any first-hand experience either, but you are pretty much correct in terms of like presentation and tricks of the trade sort of thing. Because I listened to a lot of the GDC talk sort of thing, where they'll have like people come up working on different games, and they'll talk about like what their process is like, how they achieve this, like the shortcut that they had to go through just to achieve this certain thing, the limitation, and how they kind of work around it and made it work in their benefit. And they'll have like you said, like tips and tricks of the trade, where people would just go up. I think one time there was just like they go up, they talk about like they have a whole bunch of speakers from different studios, that worked on different games, and they would do like a 5-minute here's the trick that I normally use for this sort of game or in general. And in games, and I would do this, and then next person. It's kind of like speed information giving sort of thing.
Not speed dating.
No.
Okay.
No. No, this is you give information. But yeah, it was like that from what I saw, and then there'll be just like development. You just learn what they went through to get to there. Some developers will give you more insight. Some give you a very broad insight of what's happened or like background, stuff like that. So in that terms, it's pretty cool. I try to filter it out a lot, where it'll just be like games or like talks about educational animation stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I also know like people in the industry, they do go up as more like a social meetup sort of thing. I was like, oh, hey, I haven't seen you in like forever since last time we worked together, that sort of thing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the presentations that they offer, and some of them I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then some of them I'm shaking my head. There's like something that's like, 10 post-launch CRM strategies or maximizing revenues.
Yeah.
When I see that, I'm just scared of like that talking about like charging a lot for DLC stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. So, that's just an assumption.
I didn't even know those like maximizing revenue and stuff were part of the talk. I'm more used to like the creative side of, or filtering out the creative side of things.
Oh man, this one sounds sad. Cause like I'll read you the title. Primal Rage 2, From Heartbreak to Resurrection, The Journey After Cancellation. You remember that game, Primal Rage?
Yeah.
The dinosaur fighting game?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, so does that mean they're like resurrecting it?
Maybe. I mean, resurrected a lot of Sony game. Sorry, a lot of Super Nintendo games like Killer Instinct and whatnot.
Huh. I'm reading it. It says that it was 2017's hottest new fighting game.
Oh well,
Interesting.
I didn't know it was out.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just early access or something. Yeah, I'm just going through some of the presentations that they have. Let's see what else is here. This one is called. Some of these titles are just catchy. Let's see. Dream Daddy. How Game Grumps created player inclusivity, and you can too. Let's see. Oh, this one sounds good. Splatoon and Splatoon 2. How to invent a stylish franchise with global appeal. And that's a good one. That's also presented by Hisashi Nogami from Nintendo. That's cool. I would, if I went to GDC, I would go to that one. Because,
you could, yeah. But you can also like watch it online as well.
Oh, really? I thought you had to like pay for the pass to actually watch these things.
I think, yeah. Most likely, like to watch it live and get information live, you probably would. But that will eventually be released, so you could probably watch like some of the old ones. It's called like I believe GDC Vault.
Oh, okay.
And then you could just get like free content where you could just see what they have going on. Let me see if I can find.
Ooh, this one sounds really cool. A Matter of Music Design, driving gameplay with music.
Yeah, a lot of them are actually really cool. Like
and there's a roundtable discussion about ADHD and game industry. I'm just at the letter A's, man. There's so many presentations.
Yeah, it's quite a lot.
There's a presentation called Advanced Reddit Tactics.
You'd be surprised, but it's probably really effective.
Yeah, it's about front paging and winning big when it happens.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
There's one called Matrix versus Pokemon Go, the mixed reality battle for Holodeck.
Oh man, if the Holodeck had Pokemon Go, that'd be cool.
So it's kind of, there's a lot of really cool information there. Even if you're not into like the whole development stage, it's actually really cool background and insight onto what goes on into it. A lot of the artists and not watch those things for educational purposes, but I think you could probably get some use out of other ones as well. It doesn't have to be animation or modeling or whatever specifics. Creative, just be very generalized.
Yeah, have you ever heard of the game called Hellblade?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're actually doing a presentation about the psychosis and the making of Hellblade.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Because that's something I do want to know. Like, how did they go about researching the whole like psychotic side to, make Hellblade accurate to people with like those conditions?
Did you play it?
No, I didn't play it, but I hear a lot about it. And I hear that its whole purpose, big purpose, is to kind of get the people to feel what psychosis feels, get to know what psychosis feels like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I mean, psychosis is not cool, but...
Well, I know, but I mean...
Yeah, I know.
You know what?
Yes, I do. Let's see. Censorship strikes back. Okay. Oh, this is cool. Classic game postmortem, NBA Jam.
Oh, NBA Jam. Did you play it, Tony?
Yeah, I did. Don't you remember? Boom Shakalaka.
So fun.
Yeah.
The point of the game isn't even about scoring, it's about pushing other people.
Yeah, and turning on fire.
Yeah. When my friend and I used to play that, we just pass it around and push more people. We pass it so the other person could push.
It's kind of like those hockey games. I don't really play for the hockey. I play for the fighting. I don't know you remember that.
No, I haven't played a hockey in a while.
Oh, yeah. If you foul someone hard enough, then you get them pissed off and then you start fighting.
Oh, really?
It becomes like a one-on-one fight.
Wow.
Like Mortal Kombat style. Without the fatalities.
Right.
Oh, have you played this? Okay, it's this classic game postmortem. Ultima Online.
I heard about it. I never played it, though.
Oh, okay. It's like one of those online RPGs.
Is it good?
It had a huge following. I knew a bunch of my friends who played it. It was like way back when.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man.
Let's see what else. I'm just gonna scroll through and just like find a random one. Let's see. From corporate to indie to back again.
What are your thoughts on that?
Corporate to indie to back again. So is it like you start off working under the worst company ever, like, I don't know, EA, and then you leave because they're really bad, and then you get big and you become your own company? Is that what it is?
I don't know. Read this one more time, Tony.
From corporate to indie to back again.
Corporate to. I feel like it might be like somebody might leave a well-known studio to work on their own thing, like a passion project sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they said from corporate to indie to and back again.
Mm-hmm.
Either I interpret that as either they weren't what's the word I'm looking for? They're not ready, I guess.
To be independent?
Yeah, well, like not ready. Sorry, they're tired of the corporate of being of the stereotypical corporate games, like Battlefield, and then it's just they just want to make their own game, and then that, depending on the success of that, it might lead to more of it's like starting a new meta of games, right? So it's more of a corporate again.
Okay. Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, yeah. It's kind of weird, but it's like the cycle continues. First, you make a game that nobody heard of, or you start with a game, you work at a game that a lot of people know of. Then you get tired because it's a very generic game. So you break off, you make something new, and you do something new, and then that game becomes the next big thing, and it becomes the stereotypical like genre for everything else. So it's like rinse, cycle, repeat.
Yeah. Okay. I guess so.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm just interpreting that.
Yeah, we don't really have much to go off of, so there's another one that's called Player Behavior Today at Riot Games. I was like, yeah, that freaking League of Legends is so toxic. Like, it's a great game, but the community is like pretty bad.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you have any other thoughts about the developer conference? Like, is there any presentation that you would really like to see? Like, it doesn't matter if they have it or not, but like something that you would like them to have.
I don't know. It's like the only thing that I would want to go to it this year is because one of my previous leads, he's apparently doing like a talk in the GDC this year. Mm-hmm. So I talked to him when I was back in the States, and then we talked it over, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm going to do like a talk over there this year, and talking about how to be a efficient lead, or like a good lead in a way. And I thought that would be pretty cool if I could hear that and see like what he was going to say, just so that I can learn from that, because I'm sure like being a worker bee where you just follow instructions and you do what you need to do, it's pretty fun because there's like less pressure. And all you do is just follow directions, but you don't really know what goes on in like a lead role, where it's just like they also have a lot of responsibility in making sure that you finish your work, but also relay information from the higher up and making sure that they're like protecting their own workers or their own team.
By any chance, is his name Steve?
No.
Is it Chris?
No.
Okay, I'm just looking up the.
Oh, Jason.
Oh, Jason. No, because I was looking up the people giving the leadership talks.
Oh, yeah.
Jason. Oh, is this the one that you
yes.
you were talking about before about his I forgot, he had like something that you can check out,
like
right?
It's like a video podcast sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he would do interviews and whatnot. But yeah, same person.
From Riot? Or
he doesn't work at Riot anymore, but he used to, yeah.
Okay. I can't find him. It's okay.
Yeah.
This page is too much to search.
It's okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I am really interested in like hearing more about like music and sound effects, like sound design, sound engineering.
Oh, there's tons of that.
Yeah, like just how, what what do they think about with the music? How do they bring in instruments like that would get the people to feel what the developers intend them to feel?
Right.
You know, just like that whole ambiance building and the world building through music.
Right.
Yeah, that's something that I would really like to see.
Yeah. There's a lot, and you should probably just go through it. If I find any, you can probably do it.
Yeah. Oh, and I just scrolled through and then found this thing that says, same game, different sound.
Yeah.
The audience will be able to experience the same game with different music composed by leading game music composers in the industry and hear the composers tell about their approach and work. Oh, the session will open the audience's mind to creative possibilities when it comes to musical approaches. The talk will show how it's not always a matter of the best-sounding music, but rather how it works in context. Oh, wow. This is like exactly what I was talking about.
Yes. There you go.
Yeah. Huh. Cool. Yeah. Do you have anything else about the GDC?
Nope. Got nothing.
Yeah, I guess after GDC happens, we could probably look at the some of the sessions and then probably talk about it again.
Sure.
Cool. All right, we'll move on to the mailbag and community question.
You got mail. You got mail. You got mail. You.
Sorry, I was speaking super delayed because I'm like trying to navigate to our Twitter. So last week's question was, what's your favorite music genre?
90s pop.
Okay, that was easy.
Yep.
Judge Greg from Enthusiasts and Real Hero Talk, he says, I like my coffee black just like my metal. Okay, so I'm guessing black metal. Almost Better Than Silence says, thoughts on Deaf Heaven, and then Sword Chomp says Deaf Heaven is awesome. I don't know who Deaf Heaven is.
We'll look it up.
And then Amanda from One Track Gamers and Track 2 Gamers, she says metal and rock. Kinetic says power metal, especially with some progressive elements. Almost Better Than Silence says screamo. And then Sword Chomp says progressive metal for Shay, give me animals as leaders, Scaled Summit, Polini, etc. And then John from One Track Gamers and One Track Punk Show says, I've been really enjoying these millennial electronic dance music since I've been using them to edit my vlogs, but I like all types of genres. So it looks like most of our listeners like metal and rock, like screamo stuff, like heavy stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
What about you, Tony? Well, what's your...
Last week I talked about EDM.
Okay.
Yeah. I asked Lamb, like, what type of music is your favorite? And he says Linkin Park. And that's not a type of music.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of like rock, depending on what...
Linkin Park, the early era of Linkin Park is considered new metal. Like, new spelled as N-U.
Oh.
Yeah. So I like that. So I guess I could say I also like new metal.
So what about regular old metal?
I don't know. Like, I mean, I do listen, but I guess I don't go out of my way to listen to them.
Right.
Because, metal to me is like more screaming. There was this one group though that had like the craziest screaming music. I forgot what they were called. They all wore like, you ever play Metal Gear Solid?
Yes.
You remember Psycho Mantis?
No.
He's the guy that could read your mind and he wears a gas mask and he floats in the air. He's lanky. So there's this group and all four of the guys in there is dressed like that.
Oh.
But I can't remember their name. And they had the weirdest like music. I think they're from San Diego. San Diego metal screamo music group.
All the weirdos are San Diego.
Man, I can't remember.
That's alright.
I'm looking at a list of like screamo bands, and I don't see any name that I recognize. I'm going to put also a Psycho Mantis costume.
Psycho Mantis costume.
Okay, now it's like too much stuff. Man. Okay, never mind. And I don't remember who they are. Okay, well, anyway. Do you have a question for this week?
No.
Okay. I guess we can ask people, what would you like to see at GDC?
Sure. That sounds good.
What would you like to see at GDC? That sounds like a rap.
What would you like to see? What would I like to see at GDC? I think I don't know. I think I'm just always more fascinated about the animation tips and tricks. So whenever I get I find those tips and tricks videos, it's really useful for me. So
Okay.
for those.
Yeah, and I already talked about music, so that's my answer.
Cool.
Okay, cool. All right, let's move on to game time.
Sure.
Okay, so the game that we played last week of Lamb, we have a name for it now.
Okay. What is it?
It's called Mispronunciate.
Okay.
Yes. So we're gonna take turns. It's gonna be 3 rounds. So we're gonna mispronounce. You're gonna mispronounce a word, and I'm supposed to guess what word it is. I'm gonna mispronounce a word. And you're supposed to guess what the word it is.
Okay. Why don't we put something on the line this time, Tony?
Oh, like what?
Okay. So I have an idea about like the loser has to donate to a organization of their choice, just like a charity foundation sort of thing.
Oh, okay, yeah. Actually, that's good because I'm actually setting up a donation for St. Baldrick's Foundation right now.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah. So the St. Baldrick's Foundation is a foundation that does cancer research.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So there you go. You don't lose on purpose.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, you can lose on purpose. I'm perfectly fine with it. But
Okay.
yeah. So I mean, I guess you can either do it like suggest an organization to the loser, or if the person who lost already have an idea of who they want to donate to, then they do that.
Actually, you know what? I'm just going to keep my St. Baldrick's one separate.
Yeah.
And after this episode, I will post up a questionnaire.
Yeah.
And then just see like what people would recommend that we donate to, whoever loses.
Oh, actually, hold on. Let me look at something really quick.
Okay. Because that'd be cool, because then we could just set up like NTRTT Pod donation team.
Yeah. So I'm gonna send this to you too. But essentially, my cousin, she has this foundation or organization where essentially it's called Daily Karma, and you set up a fund where it goes to a charitable organization of your choice, and it just like split up into among many. Let me see. So such as like there's the Puerto Rico relief, and then there's like breast cancer awareness, that sort of thing. So you have, and it could be a one-time thing. It could be like once a month you donate this much for every month or something. So you can set it however you like as well. But it's just one way to keep your fundraising all in one, or fundraising organization all in one location, instead of having to go to this side. That sort of thing. Yeah. So I'm just promoting that. So we could use that, and I'll probably use it if I lose, and then just try to figure out what we could donate to and use that instead.
Yeah, that'll be good. I think there's another one similar to that too that my nonprofit org is using for our donations.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I'll take a look at the one you sent me too. The Daily Karma, right?
Yeah, Daily Karma.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Let the I can't even say it. Let the mispronunciate begin.
Okay. Am I guessing first, or do you want me to start saying something first?
You can start saying it first, I guess.
Okay. Well, hold on. I need to figure out how to say this.
It's so funny because last time Lamb was just looking around stuff in his room and just like trying to read everything.
That's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm just trying to see how to read it wrong.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll try to say this wrong the right way.
What? Okay.
Okay. Konkitep. Yeah.
I just heard weird noises. What'd you say?
Okay, hold on. Let me get some practice words before I actually say it to you. Hold on. Okay. Konk-i. Yeah.
What?
You hear it?
No, say that again?
Okay. Conceit.
Conceit. Man, I don't know. I give up.
Concept.
Damn it. You're right. Okay.
Okay. Your turn.
Let's see. I think this is easy though. Relief.
Wait, what?
Relief.
Relief?
Yep, it's relief.
Okay.
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 I gotta think of like a weird English word.
Yeah, that's. Alright, let's see. I'm just looking at a whole bunch of words that's on my tabs.
Okay. I'm looking at all the junk in my room right now.
Man, I'm just trying to say how to say it like wrong. It's so counterintuitive.
Yeah, it is.
Because I just read it once, I was like, wait, I just read the same thing, but with an accent. Oh.
It's a lot harder than last week.
Yeah. Whoa. Wait. Hold on. Not that word. I just did. Kretinge.
What?
Kretinge.
Cretin?
Kretinge. Tinge.
When you say tinga, I hear tinge. I don't know.
Creating.
Wait, how is that creating? I was thinking of the word creating, but that didn't fit.
That's it. Kreting. T-I-N-G.
Oh, that's how you put your G's?
Yeah.
Man, you're really making it hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
You think I'm going easy on you?
Huh. Okay.
That's just to guess.
Creating, because like, creating doesn't make sense. Okay.
Oh, creating?
Yeah, the
Create.
part.
So, yeah, but I made my E and A mash into each other.
Yeah. Okay. Let me
Crap.
Let's see. Hidipones.
What the hell?
Hidipones.
Hedip. Pones. What's the hedip? Pones. I don't know.
Give up?
I'll give up that one.
It's headphones.
Oh.
Yes.
What's the dip from?
Just saying D and P
DP?
really quickly together. Yeah.
Okay. Tricky.
Hey, I only made it like that tricky because you made mine tricky.
No, that's fine. I like it.
Okay.
British.
British?
Yeah.
Okay.
I gave it an easy one. I couldn't think of anything.
Wait, so what's the score?
1-1, I think.
Oh, okay.
Wait, let's see.
Wait, I don't know.
No. I got one. Yeah, so right now it's 1-1. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the last one then.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. Otherwise it goes to sudden death. Okay. Let me think.
So I have to get this right to win.
Man, I'm trying to think of one that is difficult.
It's hard, huh?
Yeah, it is. Oh man, I'm just gonna like give you this word. Hold on, I gotta find my pen. I gotta write it out.
Yeah, I know. I should have done that because I was like, how do I say it? How do I practice saying this?
I don't even have paper to write it on. What the heck? Where's all my paper?
Sucker. Now you can't make it hard for me.
Oh, here it is.
Damn it. Browse.
Man, it's so easy.
You choose another word.
Every word I'm looking around the room is so easy.
I don't look at the room. I look at the internet, like YouTube and stuff, or like whatever we just searched.
But if I do that, then my computer will freeze and we'll lose this recording.
Oh, okay. Now why you can't?
I need to find one with a lot of vowels. Okay, fine. I'll just give you an easy one. I think it's easy. O for Fikey.
Wait, what?
O for Fikey.
Oh, for Ikey. I was thinking office.
Yeah, it's Office.
All right, yeah.
Damn it! Oh, that's I think I lost twice now.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, cool. So when I put this up, you guys vote for which place we should donate to. Yeah. Actually, not vote, but you guys could suggest it.
Suggest, yeah.
Yeah. And then, because we don't actually have a list right now.
Yeah, we don't. Well, we will. And we could just, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. That took a lot longer than I thought.
Yeah, it's just making it harder. Sorry.
Okay.
Mailbag?
What? No, that we already did mailbag. Sorry. No, it's just a final lap now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You have anything to promote?
No.
Okay. I guess the only thing I really have to promote is our social media, and do you think we should have a .com email? Because we already have our website, ntfttpod.com.
Mm.
Should we just like have something like contact@ntfttpod.com?
Was it right now?
Right now it's just ntfttpod@gmail.com.
Yeah. I didn't see anything wrong with it, but if you want to, you can.
Okay, well, I guess. Okay, guys.
Is it free?
No, we already have the domain.
No, the .com for the email.
Yeah, we already have our web domain, ntfttpod.com.
Oh, does it come with the email thing? That's all.
Yeah, it does. It does come with it.
Okay.
So,
yeah, we can do that. It's fine.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, there's another way for you guys to contact us. But still, the best way is social media, Twitter.
There's no way to contact us, but not the one that we're about to tell you how.
Yeah, so Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch streaming. Sorry, I'm just like on Facebook right now and just seeing this video. It's so funny. It's you know the Olympic sport curling,
yeah,
where like they have that ball and then they use the thing they scrub the front of the ball so that, or not the ball, but the puck, I guess, so that it makes it move. So there's a video of these two like people at home, and then one person has a Swiffer, and then the other person has a Roomba, and they're just they're just letting the Roomba go and then Swiffing like right in front of it to make it look like it's oh my gosh,
that's so good.
Yeah, sorry, that distracted me. This is what happens with distractions on the computer. So find us on social media, and I also just recorded an episode with Judge Greg for the Real Hero Talk. So I can't really say what it is about yet, but once it goes out, we'll also retweet it and mention it on our podcast as well, so you guys can check that out.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I guess Herdiger and Warp Speed. See ya.
Bye.
I love the power glove.
Come with me if you want to live.
I love the power glove.
No time for time travel.